going on, guys? It is Sneed from Sneed Mobile Tech, and for today's video I got some news coming out of the Apple camp looking at some 5G availability for their up and coming smartphones in 2020. So 2020 is probably going to be the dawn of the Apple 5G smartphone era. They'll have 5G accessibility with a couple of major design changes and technological changes. So the source is Barclays Semiconductor, and also CNBC is reporting this. So 2019 will be more of a small design change, very few changes, if any, for the devices. They'll be upgrading the chipset. You'll be getting some upgraded camera improvements and features. Maybe the touch display will be improved. But 2020 is going to be the big 5G year for Apple. They'll be including 5G as well as acoustic fingerprint, world-facing 3D. These are terms we don't really know exactly what they mean just yet. But for 2019 and 2020, we are expecting some new devices. Replacements for the XS Max and the XS and the XR as well. So we are going to see OLED and LCD models for 2019 and 20. LG enters into the fold in this because they obviously are the new player in offering smaller OLED displays that Apple could potentially be using in their devices. So with all of the investment that LG has been receiving to create this new competitor in OLED panels for smartphones, it has created a bit of a competition for the market, which is great. This should allow for pricing in OLED to improve, and then we could see more OLED, with the price coming down, more OLEDs and more phones, because in my opinion, I think OLED panels are better than LCDs in a lot of ways. So the acoustic fingerprint scanner is kind of interesting. I think this is probably going to be their version of the in-display fingerprint scanner, similar to what Samsung, Huawei, and OnePlus have already done. The 5G piece, I think that's going to be, the Qualcomm modems, obviously, pegged for 2020 after a brief dispute. Looks like Intel is not going to be producing the 5G mobile chips that, Apple was going to need. So they are pegging Qualcomm for this job. Intel does not produce the chips that they're going to be used. The source on this is Min-Chi Kuo, who is a pretty established source when it comes to these material types of things. And there's rumor and speculation that there might be an iPhone SE relaunch, like an iPhone SE2 or something like that, with water resistance or something. I'm not sure. I don't know if I buy that necessarily, but there are going to be three devices for 2020. All three will be OLED. It's going to be a 6.7-inch display device, a 6.1, and a 5.4, which currently we understand that the 6.7-inch is going to be a 5G model, the 5.4-inch is going to be a 5G model, but the 6.1-inch will not be a 5G model, which means that's probably the replacement for the 11R from this year. So that's for 2020. The current XS iPhone is 5.8 inches. I think that 5.4 device is going to replace it. The XS Max is 6.5 inches, which I think is being replaced by that 11S Max, which will be coming out next year. I think that's how it's going to work. So for technical specs on the 5G side, the 5G modems, they will support sub-6 gigahertz spectrum and millimeter wave. So that means they will be compatible with T-Mobile's 5G. They'll also be compatible with the 2.5 gigahertz from Sprint. Apple will have an in-house 5G chipset by 2022, but no later than 2023. So they're going to be using their own power amp, their own antenna array for 2020 and 2021, even though Qualcomm will be providing the chips. So there's some really important insight there I just wanted to get you guys updated on. This is the rumor and the speculation with some pretty credible resources. So in the comment section below, you guys let me know what you think of these news. What do you think is considered to be most likely scenarios? And if you're excited to see Apple 5G for 2020. So that's it for this video. I want to give a big shout out to the Discord server and the patrons over on the Patreon side. There's a link in the description box below if you'd like to support the channel monetarily, make a small or occasional donation to help the channel's production, and also to support the channel, just go ahead and like the video, share the video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell. And I think I'll leave it at that. I'll be looking forward to what you guys have to say in the comment section below. And that's it. I will see you guys there in the comment section and on the next video. Peace.